to the Diz Duo podcast. I'm Zach. That's my mom, Lynn.
Hi, everyone.
Today's episode is all about Disneyland versus Disney World as we kind of go away from Disney World for a couple episodes and talk specifically that stuff out in California. We're just going to look into Disneyland, California Adventure. Will likely be next week as we look into a little bit of stuff there. But first, as always, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe YouTube, Spotify, and check out our Facebook page. Let's get into Disneyland. Disneyland is the first of Walt Disney's theme parks, the first of his vision, and opened in 1955. And it's back then it was absolutely incredible to see the castle and all of that stuff. But when people that are in Disney World usually they go out west and they see the castle, they're like, "What is this little thing? This is not not as big as I imagined." So Disneyland is the Sleeping Beauty Castle, and of course, Cinderella Castle in Walt Disney World. Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, and Disney World is the most magical place on earth. So there's some stuff that people always mix it up. They always talk about anything Disney's the happiest place, but that's just a little pet peeve that I have. Um, I have never been to Disneyland. I've never been further west than Las Vegas. But you can at least touch on a few years ago, you went to Disneyland. Obviously, there's a lot more stuff that's been added there,
Oh,
but
yes.
some of the iconic things. So you got to see the original Magic Kingdom at Disneyland and just kind of talk about that and kind of what was that feeling like walking into that park as opposed to like Disney World.
Well, from what I remember, it's been over 9 years since I've been there, and a lot has changed. Many things are not even there anymore. From what I remember walking in, there was still that wow factor, but it is absolutely nothing compared to um, Disney World and Magic Kingdom. I mean, you can literally fit Disneyland inside Magic Kingdom. Um, but it is I mean, I'm not going to take it away from people who enjoy Disneyland versus Disney World. I here in Florida, so I can visit Disney World anytime. Disneyland is, like I said, it's different. The castle is by far small compared to the iconic Cinderella's castle. And I, Cars Land was that, of course, that's over in
Is that California Adventure?
yes, that's
So we'll
California.
touch on Cars Land next week then, as
Right.
we kind of just discuss the specifics of Disneyland. So
I do,
I
I
would say,
do,
oh
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
go ahead.
I do have to say the Haunted Mansion is absolutely incredible compared to Magic Kingdom. I really enjoyed seeing it was an actual mansion there.
Hello.
And that is very neat. I did enjoy going through that ride. Um, Pirates ride is you go through a restaurant. That's pretty neat. Um,
Yeah, I heard the Pirates of the Caribbean is uh definitely neater over there. And it's
it
a little
is.
bit longer of a ride
Yes,
compared to
it
Disney
is.
World.
It is.
Um, and they usually have their log rides different from Disney World. Like Disney World usually does the wide ones, as I know, like Splash Mountain, which is now Tiana's, but the
Mhm.
Flume is a little bit different. So it's just like
Yes.
one person in each one. Kind of it's weird. It's kind of how Space Mountain is in Disney World, but then
Yes.
Space Mountain does side by side in
Yes, they're side
Disneyland.
by side. In Disneyland. Yes.
And I've heard Disneyland's Space Mountain is better than Disney World's. I couldn't attest to that. Again, I haven't wrote it, but I know a lot of
I,
people
from
have
what
an
I
opinion
remember,
on
they're
that.
both pretty neat. I mean, I like both of them. Um,
Not as cool as and we're not really talking about, but Disneyland Paris, their Space Mountain that I've seen, it's the steampunk version of that.
that's
That
what
one
I
looks
heard.
incredible to check out,
Yes.
like on that alternate reality of of a sci-fi type situation. So that one definitely
Yes.
looks really neat. Um, so some things I have down here. So of course, a big difference between Florida and California, just as the state as a whole, is the weather. Generally,
Mhm.
California will have nice, mild temperatures year round, more or less, than the occasional bad weather. But Florida, it's like almost every day. It's like a 50% chance that it's going to rain. It's going
Yes.
to be humid. So that is a big difference. And also like Magic Kingdom at Disney World, you don't see anything else around. Like it's literally its
Mhm.
own world. Disneyland, I know it isn't it right off of a highway or something.
Yes, it's right off of a road, actually. We walked to it from our hotel down the road every day, and it was just, we walked right into the entrance. It just seems like another, I use this lightly, amusement park, but it isn't.
Yeah. So I mean, again, it was the vision for Walt Disney was to bring something new to
Mhm.
everyone and bring some of the characters he had to life. And I mean, for the back then, that was an enormous amusement park. That's why they eventually gravitated and expanded to
Yeah,
California Adventure. But you also got to think California does not have as much space because it's in Anaheim and
right.
just outside of LA, so not as much room to build. Disney World, they still have
Oh,
thousands of acres they can build on.
yes,
They can
they
build. They have
do.
enough room for five, six parks. And that's over 25,000 acres of land
Mhm.
that Disney World owns. Disneyland, a lot smaller, significantly smaller, but Walt
Mhm.
Disney kind of got a steal down there of buying all this swampland and turning into what it is today. Of
Yes.
course, he didn't get to see the finished product, but it's definitely um, did Disney did well with how they approached Florida. I know Disneyland I'm pretty sure Walt Disney faced a lot of bankruptcy issues back then. A
Yes.
lot of stuff was new to people. They didn't really know how to go about this. A lot of rides broke down. And I remember, and I know this as a fact, if you go through one of the that Hollywood Studios in Florida, we always go to. It's like the Walt Disney's the walkthrough with Walt Disney, the history of that.
There,
But
yes.
yeah, so. Um, oh, I lost my train of thought. Uh, Walt Disney, one of his rules that he's had was that there would be no, and I
One
should,
man's dream. One man's dream.
one
That's
man's
what it's
dream.
called.
That's so
Yeah.
one of his rules that he was, and it's still in effect today. You're not going to be able to buy gum, gum in a park. It just what sticks to me for some
No.
reason. But you
Yeah.
can't buy gum in a park mainly because it was either his wife or his daughter sat on a bench at a different park or a fair and it sat on gum. So he said, just because of that, we're not going to sell gum in a park. So I don't know why, but that was like the first thing that was implemented in Disneyland.
Mhm.
Of course, you have the original carousel that was out in Disneyland,
Yes.
and that was something big. Some of the original rides, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, that was just something just that nobody ever thought about.
No.
Significant, awesome rides that it was just kind of thinking outside the box. And some of and again, Disney World, there's so many different parks, there's so many different themes and stuff that you have to spend at least a week there just to be able to see everything. Disneyland, you can do one park each day and pretty much
Oh,
get
yes.
everything done each day. I think Disneyland now has implemented the way they do the Lightning Lane in Florida. I think because they for a long time they were still doing like paper fast
Yes.
passes and stuff,
Yes.
but I think everything's now turned to digital.
I believe you are right, on that. It was paper when we were there. But we were able to go back and forth the two parks, and we just kept going back and forth and back and forth. Um, walked thir 13 miles or something like that. It
Yeah.
was a lot. It was a lot in one day.
And you don't really think about it when you're going from park to park
No,
like
you
that.
do not. No, you
So,
just go with it.
and the one thing in the actual Disneyland uh, park is that the rides there, the original rides, are superior to the Disney World rides over the original Disney World rides. I'm not talking about the ones that were added on later on.
Right.
Um, like I mentioned, Pirates, that one, and I've seen videos of it too, so I can at least see a little bit of it. And you already spoke on this Pirates,
Yes.
definitely a neater experience. That's
Yes.
actually where Johnny Depp made an appearance a few years back
Yes, he did.
as Captain Jack Sparrow, and he threw everybody off. He was acting like an animatronic, then all of a sudden, bam, he's talking to everybody. That was
That's
pretty neat to
that
see.
I heard that he made his appearance there, and that's pretty neat.
And then again, Haunted Mansion again.
Yes.
That now what made Haunted Mansion so much better than the one in Disney World that you remember?
That I remember is the mansion itself, seeing the outside, just the actual building, the mansion itself. Whereas Disney World, Magic Kingdom does not have that.
Yeah.
It
And
just makes you feel like, oh, yes, I'm going into
well
this
the
this house.
and the newest Haunted Mansion movie that Disney made is actually based off the Disneyland version of
Yes.
the Haunted Mansion. The one with Eddie Murphy, that one was based on Disney World. So it was neat to see that brought to life.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people because it's based on New Orleans theme is what the
Yes.
one in Disneyland is about. The other one's
Right,
just that
right.
general haunted mansion. So that was neat to see that implemented to live action. Um, and well, let's not forget about the food at between both parks. So they're very similar food, and
It is.
there are arguments that people are saying the churros in Disneyland are the best thing ever. Well, right down Main Street, if anybody follows her, she's actually compared the both, and she said they're the same thing. It's the same
Mhm.
thing. She's like, I don't know what the big deal is. And it's the same thing for the corn dogs. They make a big deal that the batter's completely different in California as opposed it's not. It's the same recipe. So
Yes.
I don't know if like the Florida humidity makes it worse
I don't
or
know.
maybe they make them fresher in Disneyland, but I know the taste, everybody has the people that actually tried both within a relative amount of time have said, "Hey, yeah, this is this is the same thing."
Mhm.
You're going to see Mickey shaped stuff both places. You're going to see Dole Whip at both places. Uh, what we mentioned are the big differences. I mean, of course, Disney World's specific Magic Kingdom it was designed after Disneyland just to make it a little bit bigger. But Disney
Yeah.
World expanded to so many different things. And the thumbnail of this is which is better, Disneyland versus Disney World, and that's what we're trying to figure out. This is not including California Adventure. So, you know what? I'll just include maybe just Magic Kingdom versus Disneyland. That makes it a fairer battle. Because if you
Yes.
just go Disneyland versus all of the stuff that Disney World has such a variety that it's hard to even pick Disneyland over that just because there's so much stuff at Disney World.
Mhm.
Um, did you get an opportunity to see any of the fireworks at Disneyland?
I did. That was, I don't even remember what it was called then, but I know it was, I want to say it was the laser show fireworks,
Okay.
right around where the big, uh, Ferris wheel is.
Okay. Oh, the so the nighttime spectacular over there on
Yes.
the yep. I know I've heard things about that. I know they've been implementing a lot of like drone shows more at Disneyland, and
That's
now
what I heard as well, but that wasn't
rumor has it they're going to
released.
have a lot of drones implemented into a lot of Disney World nighttime shows. So we'll see if that happens. I know they were trying that a while back with Animal Kingdom, and I don't think it really got too much of an audience. So something
No.
that I figure out, and of course they were trying the stuff at Disney Springs as well.
Now they did add another, as far as hotels, they did add another one there. So they have the Disneyland Hotel, the Grand Floridian, or I'm sorry, Grand Californian. Let me get out of the
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that'd be
And Pixar Place Hotel. We didn't stay at it on site, so we were down the road, but we were able to walk to Disneyland.
Did you get to go in any of the hotels there, get to check those
I
out?
we did the was it the Grand Californian reminded me of Wilderness Lodge, I want to say.
Okay.
Um, Disneyland Hotel, I don't really remember a lot on that one. And a Pixar place that wasn't there when we went to Disneyland.
So I know Disneyland, the actual one above the castle that they've traditionally had is the original Fantasmic show. It's not exactly the same as the one Fantasmic has in Disney World. That Fantasmic is significantly different. The Fantasmic that no, it's Illuminations that's over at Disneyland Paris, and we've said it time and time again, that's the best show. We've never been to it, but seeing it on TV,
No,
that one's just leaps and bounds above a bunch of things.
yes,
But with
definitely.
Disneyland building something in Abu Dhabi, that one's gonna be pretty
That,
technological forward. That's
yes,
gonna be a very
that will be
futuristic one.
that will be something for sure.
So if you want something compact, more traditional, um, very nostalgic, I recommend Disneyland. Obviously, it also depends what part of the country you're at. So
Yes.
whichever's easier to get to. If you want more of a longer experience, something that you want to basically spend an entire vacation at and they get all of the Disney feel and try a little bit of everything. Disney World is what I recommend.
Mhm.
You can knock out. So if you do something in California, it's easy to do a couple days at Disney, and then you can go to the Universal out there, which I've heard Universals in California is really, really awesome to see.
That's what I heard
That's a
too.
sight.
We did not experience that.
And there's all sorts of stuff you can do out there too. I mean, it is a big entertainment area right there.
Yes.
And of course, Disney World, you get transported literally to another thing. Disneyland, you get sent to you become. It's kind of how Universal is designed. It goes right off the interstate, and then bam,
Hmm.
you're right into the castle and stuff. So Disneyland versus Disney World, which is the best? When we're gonna kind of dumb it down to Disneyland versus Magic Kingdom, I still think, I still think the Florida Magic Kingdom beats out Disneyland. I know it has some. Some of the rides are the nostalgic rides are better. Like Jungle Cruise too. We didn't even mention that. I know that one's a little bit better in Disneyland too. But Disney World has.
It's a small world. It's pretty neat out there.
I'm not getting this small world. That's just I don't like that.
I had to
The
bring that up, but it is
the
pretty neat.
the stuff that they've been able to add to Disney World has taken that over the top for me at
Yes,
Magic Kingdom specifically.
definitely.
They have kept some of the old stuff out there at Disneyland. I still think they have Mr. Toad's Wild Ride out there, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't
And they
I
might even
can't
still have
say for sure.
20,000 leagues, possibly. I'm not, or no, they
No,
might have changed
no,
that.
they do not.
Did they change that to a Nemo? I feel like
It
they changed
was.
that to something. Yeah, so that's an actual, okay. I thought so. But as much stuff that's been added to Magic Kingdom over the years, you got Mine Train, then you have that's whole circus area with Dumbo and the Goofy's Barnstormer for the kids, and now recently Tron. That just takes the cake for me
Yes.
overall. Um, there's also a lot more sit down restaurants if you want more table service restaurants at Disney World's Magic Kingdom. So there's a reason Disneyland added California Adventure. So we'll foreshadow for next week and
Mhm.
we'll get into California Adventure, why that one makes Disneyland and California Adventure worth going to. California Adventure is where you'll find the big Ferris wheel, Pixar Place, all of this stuff that they've added,
Right.
incredible sights. We'll dive into that next week. But yeah, I think Disney World takes a cake. I'm pretty sure you could probably agree with me on that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And it all depends on the time of year you go as well. Now we went to Disneyland in June. So it was warm, but it was not like
Yeah, you
Florida,
go to
that's
Disney
for
World
sure.
in June, you'll melt.
Yes. But it was nice. It was I if it's on your bucket list, definitely go see it. You
I
know,
think it's
that's
one of those nostalgic things that's that definitely
yes.
every Disney fanatic wants to see.
Yes.
Um, so I think that does it for this week, kind of going over Disneyland versus Disney World. I think Disney World wins this one. We'll see how it compares to when you add in California Adventure for
Okay.
next week. So make sure you guys follow, subscribe, share it everywhere you can share it to as we build the audience. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye. Bye, everyone.